Plug your ears with your thumbs and make a fist with each hand. Do you hear something that sounds like distant thunder? That is the sound of your muscles working. Hi, I'm Kate, and this is MinuteEarth. When you make a fist, the muscle fibers in your forearm shorten and expand, and in the process, they vibrate a bit. This vibration creates that rumbly sound. Every muscle in your body makes this sound every time it contracts. The sound is actually pretty loud, about as loud as a normal conversation. It's just really low frequency. Low frequency noises don't travel through the air that well, but they do travel through solids, like bones, by conduction. So you'll only hear those noises when you plug your ears with your thumbs, or when you squeeze one of the very tiny muscles right inside your ears, which only some people seem to be able to do. But the rumbling of your muscles is just one of the many weird sounds happening inside you. That's because anything that moves produces vibrations, and we experience vibrations as sound. And your body is full of moving parts, like fluid, from your blood to the stuff that surrounds your brain and spinal cord to the liquid that constantly bathes your joints. All that fluid is constantly moving around, gurgling and whooshing and sloshing all the while. The contents of your cells are also constantly in motion, creating tiny vibrations as they go about their jobs. So even your cells make noise. All sorts of different noises, in fact, based on how they're built and what they do. According to researchers, some cells sound like high-pitched screaming. Then there are the tiny hair cells in your ears, which convert sounds into electrical signals bound for the brain. They, too, produce vibrations. In other words, the act of hearing a sound actually makes a sound, which apparently sounds like a faint echo.
Hello.
We obviously can't hear any of these body sounds, or many others. They're either way too quiet, or they happen deep enough inside us that they dissipate almost completely as they pass through our flesh, bones, and skin. Or, like those muscle rumbles, they're too low frequency for us to pick up. It's only the sounds that are loud enough and fall in the right range of frequencies that we can actually hear. Like your heartbeat, one of the most familiar sounds your body makes. But to me, heart sounds are weird because of what causes them. I always thought the rhythmic lub-dub was the sound of various heart valves slamming shut, or the heart muscle itself contracting and expanding. But it turns out that's probably not the case. Instead, right as the valve shuts, blood rushing through your body bangs into the suddenly closed door. It's this collision that likely causes the lub, and the subsequent dub, of your heart, setting the rhythm for the weird and perpetual symphony inside us. There's another interesting thing about the weird sounds that go on in our bodies. Doctors can use them to tell whether things in there are working correctly. Like, irregular heart sounds are often a sign of heart disease. But by the time a doctor can pick out those abnormal sounds, the disease is usually too advanced for much intervention. So biomedical engineers Dr. Joshua Hutchison and Dr. Valentina Dargam at Florida International University, which sponsored this video, are developing an algorithm that uses a digital stethoscope to pick out much more subtle heart sounds that may indicate a problem that's just beginning. In other words, early enough for effective treatment. To learn more about this exciting work and all the other research going on at Florida International University, visit fiu.edu.